Hey guys, it's Scott here and welcome to 2020. It is here, the brand new year and new decade is finally upon us. So this is going to be the first of many videos this year, and I basically wanted to set out everything that I want to achieve on this channel, on Twitch and in life, in this video, as well as reflect a little bit upon the last year, our first foray into full-time streaming and trying to do this as a career, and all of everything that came with it. So hopefully you do enjoy this video. If you do, make sure to hit the thumbs up as per usual, subscribe if you're new, if you want to see tons of videos this year, and also please go and make sure follow us on Twitch. The link will be in the description because that is where I'm streaming every single day. So it's going to be partially a channel update, but also partially, as I say, a bit of a reflection, target and goal setting for this upcoming year, and all of that good stuff. So, firstly, I'd like to say Happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully, you had some good celebrations over the festive period and your New Year as well. Maybe let me know in the comments, did you do anything special? For example, I know people that went down to different cities and stuff like that to celebrate. Did you do anything of note? Mine was pretty relaxed, just standard New Year's celebrations, but what it did mean is that it's now a bit of a fresh start, right? Now, I know a lot of people every single year will go, New Year, new me, kind of all of that stuff that no one cares about, right? But I'm taking it as an opportunity to change a couple of things about myself and how that then applies to everything else, and see if I can basically commit to things a lot more than I would have in the past. So that is basically going to be the theme of my targets and everything that I want to set for 2020. But first I'd like to look back at 2019, right? So I've got a couple of stats that I want to talk about throughout this as well, so that I can really put into perspective how some things went for me. So I'm going to open up my YouTube 2019 stats and basically have a little think about some of the things that happened, some of the decisions I made, and how I'm then going to take those forward now into 2020 and this brand new start, really. So throughout FIFA 19, I guess, and then going into FIFA 20, obviously YouTube was something that I was doing basically every day. However, for the first 5 months of last year, I was finishing off my Masters in uni, which, luckily for me, I managed to pass, and I have a Master's degree in architecture. Happy days, right? So, massive accomplishment for me, but that did then slightly hinder the YouTube side of things, because obviously I was focusing on that, because if I get that, then I'm pretty much sorted, right? So right now, I'm obviously trying YouTube and Twitch and stuff full time, and if it goes well, then I'll continue to do it. If not, I use my degree, I go and get a job, and we live a normal life, right? So for the first nearly half of the year, my streams and videos were heavily impacted by the fact that I was doing the end of my Masters, because it's probably the most important 5 months of my life right there, so I had to focus on that. So, at the start of the year, I'm looking at like the amount of subscribers and watch time and everything that we had throughout the year. And at the start, obviously we were streaming still very regularly. And most days I would be streaming. However, when it got towards like March, April, May, things really went a little bit downhill in terms of how consistent I was with all of that stuff. And even if I was streaming, it wasn't like a 6-hour live stream. It was maybe hour and a half, 3 hours at the most in a lot of cases. And so I'm going to take a random thing here and open up this and see how long was this random stream on February the 27th. So this stream was 2 hours and 15 minutes, right? Prime example right there, literally just a completely random one that I clicked on. And so I was still doing, obviously, tons of YouTube live streaming and everything like that. And my plan was to, once I finished uni, do YouTube full time. And so we started doing longer hours and more consistent. Pretty much every single day we'd be streaming, and I'd try and do more and more hours and stuff like that as well. One thing that was, I guess, a negative impact of that was the video side of things, because the more that I was streaming, the less videos there were, and so it did have an impact on that in a bad way. And so people that couldn't watch the full streams lost touch a little bit. And even rewards, right? Each week I would still be doing it as a stream. There wouldn't be a separate upload for rewards and stuff on FIFA. So I think I sort of set about it in the wrong way at first, this whole full-time thing. And I was still treating it as if it was a hobby, shall we say, even though I was relying on it to do full-time in this career, right? So I feel at first I was a little bit naive, and I didn't take it seriously, and I didn't commit fully to thinking, okay, we're doing this full-time now, we need to be doing this amount of hours every day, we want to be doing a video every other day on top of the streams, yada yada yada. I didn't have that in my head. And so even when we were doing full-time stuff at first, you still wouldn't get insanely long streams and stuff like that. Like, let's take a random stream from the 31st of October and see how many hours we streamed for on this day, because at this point we were definitely like completely full time. Okay, YouTube just doesn't want to work. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So let me quickly go back in time to live streams and towards the end of October. So 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, 5, amazing, 3, 4, 4, 1.5, 3, 4, 2.5, 3. You get the idea, right? So whilst I was pushing to do this full time, I still wasn't putting in the time, the hard work, and the effort that was required. And so towards the end of the year, I made a big decision. Big decision to take my streams from YouTube and move them over to Twitch, right? There are still somehow people that don't know about this, so if you're one of those, get over to Twitch, follow us on there, that's where we're streaming every day, okay? I still get people pretty much every day saying, I didn't know you were on Twitch. So it's like, come on people, get over there. So I made that big decision. And it's a risk, right? It is a risk, because obviously the viewership from YouTube compared to Twitch, YouTube was much higher. We probably went from like 300 people every day to 125, 150. On Weekend League, we went from like 500 people to 150, 200 at the most. So it's a big drop off. What it has allowed me to do, though, is combine YouTube and Twitch in a way that I couldn't really do when everything was on this platform. So I'm doing now collab videos with like Jack and Tom. We've done a couple of them. They've gone down really well. Highlight videos, 6 PM content videos, all of that kind of stuff is now available for me to do by streaming on Twitch separately and YouTube being sat here for videos. So I feel like it was definitely the correct decision from me because of the amount of potential that Twitch has for me, as well as in conjunction with YouTube for the video side of things, whether it be stream highlights or other separate videos. So obviously streaming on Twitch now for a little bit and doing YouTubers videos, it's looking okay, but we have now just ended December. We are now going into January, where the ad rates drop. Now, if you don't do YouTube or anything like that, you may not understand. But to put it simply, if you were getting a certain amount of views on a video in December and you were earning £10, you may only earn £2 or £3 in January. So, I am going to be putting in a ton of time into streaming and video content creation, because I have one main goal of this year, right? And I'll get into it in a second. But basically, if you are not already following us on there, subscribed on this channel, you're going to get a lot of content, because I'm going to be working my behind off in order to push this as far as I know that I can make it go. So, what I wanted to do was basically run over a couple of goals that I have this year and why I'm setting these targets based on what I've seen in the last few months and what I want to do going forward. So, I will have uploaded this as like a picture on Twitter and Instagram most likely already by the time this video goes out. So if you want to see it in text form, then you can go over to one of those two. The links will be in the description and that would be awesome. But basically, I started off by saying in 2020, I want to reach targets that may seem slightly optimistic and out of reach, but otherwise, what is the point of setting any in the first place, right? I want to push myself further this year than I ever have in multiple aspects, so my goals reflect that. I'll split them up into different categories to make it easier to understand. But basically, in the past, I may have set myself a target of, I don't know, I want to hit this many subs, I want to hit this many followers. When I know I can hit that, right? That isn't a challenge. That's me looking at the amount of people that I gain on my channel every day and thinking, oh, I'm going to hit that in 5 days. Let me aim for that as my target. That's not pushing the boundary. That's accepting the norm. And I don't want to do that this year. So, to start off with, Twitch. We're currently on 7.8k followers on Twitch, with about 110 subs, an average viewership of between 100 and 150. So my targets are, I want to reach 25k followers. Now, at my current follower rate, that wouldn't happen by the end of the year. I think I'd roughly end up on about 20k, maybe a little bit less than that. So 25k followers is not accepting the standard right now as good enough. I need to push it further and achieve more than I currently am. I want to build my average viewership up on FIFA at least to 150 to 200. Other games, I'd like to bump it to like 50, but I don't know how realistic that is because I don't know how often I will stream other games and how they'll go down on the channel. I want to stream at least 300 days out of the year, right? So, as a percentage, what is that? 300 divided by 365, 82, right? That's lowballing it. I ideally would want to go higher, but that is a comfortable target, I believe. Even if I have problems and stuff like that, I feel like I can hit that and it keeps that consistency there, right? So that is a big, big target to basically say, I'm not going anywhere. This is what I'm doing. I'm here to stay, okay? I want to reach at least 150 subscribers on Twitch. I feel like that is if I am able to do this and able to afford to continue doing full-time streaming in YouTube, I don't see why I can't aim for that. There may be a chance that in 2 months, 3 months, this is going so poorly that I have to just say, okay, I've tried, I've failed, I'm going to have to stop, right? And I would have to stop everything completely. But if we can make it past those first few months and get enough growth and enough support from the community and everything like that, I don't see why I can't aim for those kind of targets. Do at least one 24-hour stream. I'd like to do a few, but I want to do at least one, and that's my target, okay? So there's my Twitch ones. 25k followers, average viewership up, streaming at least 300 days out of the year, reach 150 subs, and do at least one 24-hour stream. YouTube. Now, this is an interesting one, because YouTube, I had goals at the start of FIFA 20 for the end of it. I gained about 25,000 subs in the last year. But that was when I was streaming on it every day. Now I'm not. Now I'm uploading and I'm streaming on a different platform. However, it has opened up new opportunities with like collabs with other people, videos that are getting more views on different topics and stuff like that, as well as bringing over people that have found me on Twitch and making them join the channel on YouTube. So, I'm going to say it anyway. Let's get 100k subs by the end of 2020. Why not? Why not aim big? As I say, I could say, oh, okay, because I don't stream on here anymore, let's get 75k subs. We're on 72k. Let's aim big. And if we fail, right? But we are aiming high this year. So 100k subs. I would love, by the end of the year, to be getting like 5k plus views on a video. Average, right? Obviously, some will be a little bit less, some will be more. I would like that to become potentially normal. I want to upload 5 plus times a week, ideally. Now, in terms of a schedule, I will most likely be coming up with some kind of schedule in the next week or two, and I will combine that with a Twitch schedule so that people know pretty much, like, with pretty good certainty, what kind of content they're going to get each day of the week. That's my plan, so that people know, okay, it's a Friday, he's going to stream at this time and he's going to upload at this time. And this is roughly what the video is going to be of, and this is roughly what the stream is going to be. I want people to know what they can expect. Obviously, there'll be a couple of outliers that just get thrown in here and there, but you get the idea. And I want to upload at least 300 videos this year. Easy, right? Social media. I'd like to hit 10k on Twitter. So if you're not following me on Twitter, get down there. Do it, right? Why not? That's where you can talk to me and get updates on everything every single day. Instagram. I don't know if this is lowballing it, but I don't really advertise it that much, and I don't upload on it enough, which is something that I really want to dedicate time to, is growing those kind of followings by putting the time and effort in. So Instagram, 5k followers. Let's do it this year. Now, I do have some other personal goals and stuff like that, but I want to sum up my main New Year's resolution, which is no half measures this year, right? Don't, like, half commit to something. So I've summed it up by saying, if I set myself a target this year, I want to go all out to try and reach it rather than trying for a week or two and then losing interest. Fulfilling goals and putting hard work and attention into what I do is something I've struggled with for years. So in 2020, I want to change that for good. An example, this keyboard right here. The guitar that you can see right there. Right? I've had these things for years, right? Spanish. I've got a load of Spanish stuff up on the wall. I've got an app on my phone. But so many times I've said, yeah, I'm gonna try that this year, right? I'm gonna put in this amount of time and I'm gonna try and get really good at this particular thing. But as I said in that, I'll give it a week or two and maybe I'll try a little bit, but then I'll lose interest. So this year, I want to change my mindset on those kind of things. Because I know from what I've gone through in the last year, I know that if I set my mind to something, I can achieve it. So this year, personal goals. I want to dedicate more time to my friends, family and girlfriend and focus on their accomplishments. I feel like that's an important thing to do, is make time for the important people in your life. I want to learn Spanish and stay consistent with learning regularly. As I say, I've got an app on my phone, but I haven't touched it in months. Why? Why not do it? Instead of, like, for example, for half an hour just laying in bed watching, I will genuinely rewatch videos that I've already watched 50 to 100 times on YouTube. Spend a little bit of that time doing something more productive and growing myself as a person, right? Dedicate time to learn guitar and piano each day or every other day. I don't know how realistic it would be to say every single day I want to do half an hour or an hour of those kind of things. So those. And then the other big one is reach my target weight loss. And then I want to try and gain muscle for the first time ever. So a bit of a fitness goal. I know a lot of people set those each year, but I know from what I achieved last year, before I got injured and got ill and all of that stuff that kind of hindered me, I was doing really well on my fitness targets in trying to reach a target weight. I feel like I'm right on the cusp of getting back from my injury. My ankle is still not perfect. Maybe I did something worse than I thought. Maybe a ligament got damaged or so. I don't know. Who cares? Doctors don't need to know about it. So I know that I can hit that target. The tough part for me is then going to be trying to, like, build muscle and stuff for the first time. And I know some of you won't care about it, but it's something that I've never tried to do, and I really want to explore that and see if I can push that this year. My other one, the last one that I've not written down because I forgot to, but now I've just remembered, is add more variety to my life. And in that, I mean trying different things. That maybe before I would just say, no, I'm comfortable doing this, so I'm going to do this. And that could be doing activities, going to different places, experiencing different events. Food is a massive one for me, that this year I want to expand my palate and not be as bland when it comes to food. And that may literally be as simple as, for example, going from, where is it? Here, right? Going from a standard chocolate bar to this smooth milk with tangy orange, right? It may sound like the smallest little change in the world, but if you know me and you know me well, I am so incredibly set in my ways of, oh, I like that, okay, I'll have that, rather than, that looks interesting, let me try that. So in not just food but other stuff, I really, really want that to change, because I feel like that is one thing that does hold me back, and basically daring to do stuff. So again, in the last year, I feel like I've grown in that sense a lot, especially with my girlfriend, with YouTube and Twitch stuff, doing collabs and all of that kind of thing. All of it helps build up that confidence and the belief in yourself in certain ways. So I've got a lot of targets for this year and a lot of ideas. And I really, really hope that I can stick to the thought process that I have this year of no half measures, committing to things and actually pushing to achieve them and make them happen, even if it seems hard, right? Which is why I'm going to be putting so much time into streaming and YouTube, because I feel like I know it deep down. If I put that time in, I can make this thing work. It may be hard, but you don't achieve things without hard work. And I want that to be the premise of this video and this year for me in general. I'm going to be working super, super hard, and I hope that it reflects on Twitch, YouTube, my life in general, and I hope that sometimes you guys can potentially take some solace from that and potentially help you push forward in certain scenarios throughout this year as well. So what I want to know down below is, what are your New Year's resolutions, if you have any? Do you have any specific targets? If you do YouTube or Twitch, what are your targets to try and hit numbers-wise this year? I know it's not always perfect to focus on numbers, but it's a nice way of setting yourself a goal. So whether it be YouTube, whether it be weight loss, whether it be something else, right? Let me know, because hopefully we can all come back to this video at the end of the year, have a tick list, and say, oh, I did that one. Oh, I did that one as well. Tick it off. And hopefully we can all just be like, we smashed this year, right? So hopefully everyone is going to have an amazing year. I really, really hope that you're going to enjoy all of the content that I bring you this year as well. And I think that's going to be it. Welcome to 2020. Welcome to our year of pushing above and beyond what we've ever done before. Thank you very much for watching. Thumb it up, subscribe, follow us on all the links in the description. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.